so in this video we're going to start learning how to do a Cossack squat. A Cossack squat is sometimes called a side lunge, but where we work through full range of motion. It requires a lot of range of motion in the ankle, knee and hip, and it's a really great body weight exercise for the legs. It doesn't require adding weight. It's really challenging to do without adding on any weight, so it's great if you don't have any equipment, but when you do start adding on weight you don't need very much to make it significantly challenging. So it's a great exercise to do for strengthening your legs at home without large amounts of equipment. Okay, so I'll show you what a Cossack squat looks like. Where it's a wide stance, as wide as you can go, and your toes slightly pointing out, and then you want to slide down into a side lunge and get your bum all the way down towards your ankle, and then lift up, push away from the floor. So you're going all the way down to as low as you can, bum almost touching the heel, knee going out, other leg coming up, and then pressing up into that leg that you've bent down towards. So that's obviously the full Cossack squat. We're going to start with just the negative rep, trying to get as low down as we can. So the first thing you do, you're going to take your feet really wide, and you're going to put your hands on the floor, and you're going to lower yourself down towards your heel, bum towards your heel. And you're going to put your hands, the hand that's on the inside underneath your legs and the other hand on the floor. The leg that's straightened out, you want to try and stretch out as far as you can, straighten the leg and just twist the hand around, the foot around, so you don't have to keep the whole foot on the floor. The foot that is doing all the bending, that's doing all the work, you want to make sure that your elbow is inside of your knee. So you don't want to be doing something like this, okay? You want to really and you don't want that ankle falling in, and you'll feel a big stretch on the inside of your knee here. You want to push that knee out and try and put the weight on the outside of your foot and use your hands to get into this position. From here, you can just stick your bum up in the air and push the floor away with your hands, and then come down onto the other side, okay? So we're just going to figure out, first of all, we're going to use our hands to lower ourselves into the Cossack squat, okay? That's the first stage of it, and then get into this position. And to get out of it, we're going to put our hands on the floor and push our bum up into the air and stand back up, okay? So we're not actually using our legs to get out of it just yet, okay? Next thing that you're going to do is keeping that same distance apart. Now that we've figured out where our feet need to be and where our body needs to be, we can lower ourselves down into that position, trying not to use our hands. So see if you can bend your hip, sticking your bum back. I'll show you from the side in a minute. Knee forward, chest forward, and come down into this position here, and then to get out of it, put your hands on the floor, bum up in the air, and come and stand up. We're going to lower down onto the other side, so lowering down slowly, knee going out, bringing your bum as close to your heel as you can, lifting that other foot up, and then you can come out of it with the other hand. So we're lowering ourselves, we're just doing the lowering down. If you need to use your hands initially, then you can do that, but if you can do it without, trying to keep your chest as high as possible, see if you can do that, and then come out of it with your hands. I'm just going to show you from the side quickly. So my bum goes back, my knee goes forward, my chest comes forward, and I lower myself down as much as I can into this position, and then I'm coming out of it with my hands. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on that, just that lowering ourselves down into the position. So just doing the eccentric part of the movement, like we've been doing with the push-up and with lots of other movements like the sit-up. We're lowering ourselves down into it first, and we're going to work on that over the next month, and we're going to work on also the partial range of motion as well before we start trying to do the full range of motion Cossack squat. So that was just the reverse part, the eccentric part of the Cossack squat.